Hey guys, and welcome on into another episode of Getting Wild and Flying High, free NHL and MLB picks. I'm Terry, ready to break down today's slate, and we are going to jump right into it here and start with the NHL. What happened yesterday in the NHL? I'm going to start off with, I know it's not the best bet segment, but I had a great betting day yesterday. But unfortunately, my best bet, I went with Toronto money line and Vegas Golden Knights money line. And if you bet favorites in the NHL yesterday, you didn't do too well, unfortunately. But starting with the first game here, the Rangers and the New Jersey Devils, I had the draw in that game, and the Devils got outplayed, completely outplayed here by the Rangers, and the Rangers took it to them and won the first game of the series. Tampa Bay and Toronto, as I said, I had a Toronto money line in a two-team parlay with Vegas Golden Knights money line. Both teams lost handily. So these weren't little one goal wins by all these dogs on the road yesterday. They all covered the puck line, which we'll get to the best bet segment later. And IceX is probably in a very good mood. I know that. And the final game of the night, my only single play, my only premium play, I put it up on the site as a free play yesterday, being a plus 177. I had the Kraken on the money line. They won both meetings in Colorado this regular season, and now they're 1-0 to start their playoff history. The first game in Kraken playoff history is a win. So great job to the Kraken. Bring up the first game we'll talk about, and then we'll just go jump into the chat here. Oh. What's up, Terry? I smashed a like. Thank you, Richie, as always. Hey, Terry. Hey, Crystal. Great game by the Jays yesterday. I feel bad that I wasn't on them, but great job by them. Good morning, Terry. Let's go. Yes, Kev, let's go. Rangers all around NHL and MLB. There you go, Richie. There you go. Favorite bettors look away. All four dogs won. Yes, and that's what the thing is about the NHL playoffs is anybody can win, and don't overlook teams because if you overlook a team, they'll come out and bite you, which is exactly what happened. Devils normally lose at home. They're a better road team. Yes. Yeah, we'll see. There's a couple like the Seattle and Colorado series, and the Rangers and New Jersey series. I think both could be very road heavy series. So we'll see if that is right. Jets and yes, release the Kraken. Yes, great win by the Kraken. I was super happy. Going into this game here, the first game of the night, the New York Islanders and the Carolina Hurricanes here. Islanders plus 125 to plus 151. Carolina minus 165 to minus 175. 5.5s mostly. I do see a 5 available here. I was on under 5.5 in game one, and I would be on under 5.5 as well in game two. But as you can see, it's minus 140 to minus 145. And as I've said on previous shows before, minus 135 is my cutoff number. I don't go past that. So not jumping on under here and not taking a side either. This is a game I'll just kind of be watching to see how it turns out. Honestly, I could see 3-1 Hurricanes. I think that was the final score in game one, or it's 2-1 Hurricanes. I could see a similar score to that, but I don't like minus 140. It's just my rule. Minus 135, that's the line. Howdy, friends. Hello, Rick. Welcome in. Canes, probably. Burns assist. Yeah, probably good luck. He had a great first game. The only issue with me with player props is I could see this game being really low scoring. 2-1 or maybe even 1-0. We could get a really low scoring game here. So maybe the under 5 at plus money, but taking a 5 and under 5 is just it's rough. So Hurricanes are a lock. Nick is obviously trying to jinx Carolina. He wants his Islanders to get a win. today. Moving on to the second game, we have the Florida Panthers and the Boston Bruins. Florida plus 160 to plus 195. Boston minus 208 to minus 230. Sixes and 6.5s available in this one. There will be no Patrice Bergeron in this game for Boston. But if you saw game one, it's not that they didn't miss him, but this Boston team is just really, really good team, top to bottom. And even without their captain and their top line center, they still got the job done against Florida. And I think they get the job done once again here. I like Boston on the puck line, plus 120 to plus 100 to plus 125. I think that's a nice price for the Bruins. I won't be surprised if I need an empty netter to get this. I won't be surprised. I don't think Boston's going to run away with it. But I do think Boston will be leading in the third period. And I do believe I can get the empty netter if I need it. If not, Bruins should be leading sometime in the third period in this one. Kev likes Islanders money line. Yeah, I could see it. Boston anyway. Yeah. Bruins minus 1.5 puck line. Yeah, that's what I like. Pass, Bruins puck line or nothing. Yeah, nothing wrong with passing. Rays up 1-0. I stayed out off the early MLB games. We'll be getting to MLB shortly. My first game on is at, I think, 3 p.m. Eastern. Stayed off the early games for me today. Boston in a rout. Yeah, I could see it. Jake, time to hunt. Rooting on his Panthers. And hey, we've seen other dogs cash, and nobody believes in the Panthers. So that could be a dangerous spot for them. But I can't go against this Boston team myself. Going on to the next game here, Minnesota Wild and the Dallas Stars. Minnesota plus 115, plus 140. Dallas minus 148 to minus 163. 5.5s right across the board here. This one, I'm going right back to the under in this game. Minus 125, minus 120. I think that's a great price. I am on one of my favorite player props. It is very difficult to find. I don't know if Bet Online may have it, but I know they've got player props as well. But the books that are listed on BetStamp, all these books here, the only one that has it is Bet99, and that's Gustav Nyquist to get a point, which is plus 100. To get an assist is plus 175, which is mostly what he's been doing. But Nyquist got an assist in the game-tying goal in game one. He's played in 4 games for Minnesota. He has a point in all 4 games. I said it in my Wild video that I did, saying that the Wild would be okay. I mentioned Kaprizov. I mentioned Gustafsson. I mentioned Brock Faber, who of all 3 of those have had big parts in game one. And I mentioned Nyquist. Nyquist to get a point, plus 100. My favorite player prop in this game. And I took them secretly in game one on the money line, not as a premium play, but I'm back in the Wild in this one. I think if you like Dallas, you want to take them first period in this one. Let's see what the odds are here. You can get Dallas first period minus a half, anywhere from plus 150 to plus 170. So that is a nice plus odds for Dallas. I expect them to come out strong in this game. If you are Dallas, you do not want to head to Minnesota down 0-2 in this series. For one reason, the Wild are extremely dominant in game threes. I'll have the exact stat for Friday's show. But I can tell you already, no matter what happens in this game, I'll be on the Wild in game 3. They absolutely dominate game 3s. If you're Dallas Stars, this is a must win. Really. I know it's only 1 game down in the series, but you do not want to head to Minnesota down 0-2. This is a big game for Dallas. I think they come out strong in the first period. I think we get the exact same score as game 1. I think the Wild win 3-2. So I'm on the under, I'm on wild money line, and I'm on Gustav Nyquist to get a point at plus 100 in this one. Stars bounce back. Sorry, Terry. Mini in 7. I don't. I know you're sticking to your guns, but I'm 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 willing to change my opinions um, during the series, uh, especially from what we see game to game. So I'm willing to change my opinion. In the playoffs, it's all fluid. Bet Online does have it, yes. So if you have Bet Online or other books, it's very hard to find Nyquist, but that's what I would do. Nyquist to get a point. Uh, Kings plus 1.5. We'll get to that game here in a second. I'm glad you're on your wild. Oh, thanks, Richie, I guess. Stars 4-1 to 4-2. All right. Under 5.5 and prediction exact score 3-1 or 3-2. I like that. I like it. Stars lost the only game they will this series. Yeah. Sorry, Richie, but Stars are not winning the next 4 games. I'm sorry. Definitely not happening. They could very well win today. They could. But game 3 is Minnesota's. I'm very confident in that one. This one, big game for both teams. We'll see who comes out on top here. Moving on to the 4th and final playoff game for tonight. LA Kings, Edmonton Oilers. LA plus 163 to plus 205. Edmonton minus 211 to minus 256. 6.5s right across the board in this game. LA got the upset comeback win. Edmonton had multiple 2-goal leads in that game, but choked it away. And the LA Kings came storming back. Again, like Dallas, I think this is a first period. And actually, I'm going to be adding this. 8 a.m. First period minus a half. What are we looking at here? What are we looking at here? Plus 135, plus 120. So obviously plus 135 at DraftKings or Bet365. I expect Edmonton to come out pissed here in the first period. So I'm on the minus a half in the first period. Other than that, I'm going to stay off. Wouldn't be surprised if LA came back and won again, but I think Edmonton's going to have a much more be more focused and not letting that happen this time. But we'll see what actually happens in the game. Another 2-2 overtime. You're thinking for the Wild game? Yeah, I could see it. Oilers bounce back, but priced out a little here. Yeah, I could see that. Edmonton money line plus McDavid to score. It's a boost on your books. Hey, it's never not a good idea to go with McDavid to score unless you're Tim. I know Tim likes to bet McDavid not to score, but I think the Oilers come out really pissed here, and they should not blow another game, but we'll have to see here. I like Edmonton first period in this one. Going on to the baseball slate for today. The first game I'm going to talk about is the Texas Rangers and the Kansas City Royals. Texas minus 106 to plus 102. Kansas City minus 110 to minus 120. 9.5s right across the board here in this game. And for me, I get it. Brady Singer's on the mound for Kansas City. And that is why we are getting this price for Kansas City being the favorite. But that's a mistake. Kansas City should not be the favorites in this game. Kansas City is one of the worst teams in baseball, especially offensively. Martin Perez definitely has the pitching advantage over Singer. Yes, Singer was great last year. Not off to a great start this year, and he's being priced like he's a Cy Young candidate, which we have not seen this year. I think this game is completely priced incorrectly, and I love Texas here. Potentially even on the run line there, because you can get them on the run line, minus 1.5 at some spots. I think they take care of business here against the Royals. Texas Rangers. Yes, I like them today, Richie. Rays blowout loading. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, yeah, I'm glad I stayed off that game. But with a rookie pitcher, I didn't know what I was going to get there, so I stayed off. Royals first 5. Yikes. Yikes, Nick. Yikes. Hopefully Singer has a good game for you, but I don't see it. There's a huge pitching advantage with Texas. So I would completely go the other way, first 5. Rangers win by 5. I could see it, Richie. One of my favorite games of the day. Moving on to the second one here, Pittsburgh Pirates and the Colorado Rockies. Pittsburgh minus 119 to minus 125. Colorado plus 100 to plus 110. 11s, couple 11 and a halves here in this one. And again, we have a pitching mismatch here with Oviedo against Gomber. Also, Pittsburgh not playing like the Pirates that we're used to seeing. They continue to win games here. And if you told me preseason that I was going to be laying minus 125 with Pittsburgh on the road, I probably would have not really believed you too much. But I think that's the best play in this game. I think Pittsburgh wins this one, and you're getting a pretty good price in my price range to do it. So give me the Pirates full game money line, anywhere from minus 119 to minus 133 in this one. Pirates money line. Yes, I like it, Kev. I like it. Moving on along to our next game here, Cubs and Oakland Athletics. Cubs minus 153 to minus 163. Oakland plus 125 to plus 141. 7.5s right across the board here. This is one of the games where I went to bed last night and I had the Cubs on the run line. One of the games that was tied, I was losing another, and I ended up waking up to 4-0. I won all 4 games that I had left in play, this game being one of them. The Cubs needed some time to cash the run line, but they definitely did cash it. Now, there was supposed to be Caprillion on the mound for Oakland, but I believe he was taken off. Let's see here if they have anyone confirmed yet. Nobody is confirmed now for Oakland, but you're giving me Steele, who has been absolutely fantastic for the Cubs so far this year. Against this Oakland team, I don't care who pitches for Oakland. Give me the Cubs on the run line. Going right back to it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The Cubs are playing great baseball right now, and Oakland is not. Pretty much any game, they're not really playing good baseball. So give me the Cubs. Raise the Jolly Roger. 6-0 Rays. Ooh, poor Reds. Cubs run line. Yes, I love it. Pittsburgh run line. Oh yeah, you could that better plus money. You could go with that as well. Lean Oakland first 5. Do you know who's pitching for Oakland? Because that kind of matters if you're leaning Oakland first 5. I sprinkled Marcus Semien home run. He hits one every game for the last 3 games. Yeah, he's been hitting well. Cubs looking impressive so far. Yes, they're a team that I want to back, especially against a bum like this. Next and final game we're going to talk about, because let me make sure here. Yes, okay. Final game we're going to talk about, Toronto Blue Jays and the Houston Astros. Toronto minus 114 to minus 125. Houston minus 105 to plus 105. 9s right across the board. A few 8.5s as well in this one. Toronto opened up as a dog. They're now a favorite. And I believe the reason for this, Kyle Tucker, I believe, will not play in this game. He took a ball, I believe, off the leg in yesterday's game. Was not feeling too good. Still continued to play. But based on what we're seeing here with the total and the line movement here, I'm thinking that one of the big bats for Houston's not going to play in this one. Um, but you're giving me Barrios against Garcia here. This total's too low. This should be 9.5, exactly where I bet it, over 9.5. I think you're getting a steal with 9 at plus money, 8.5 minus 130. If you want to go down that route, but I like runs in both sides here. And two players that I'm targeting, even though he struggled against Garcia, Matt Chapman, hard to go wrong with him, and also Whit Merrifield has been smashing the ball for the Jays. So I like both of them to get a hit in this game here. Yes, it's a highly touted prospect today for Oakland. Has he been confirmed? Because I don't see anything confirmed. But hey, as we're seeing for Cincinnati, prospects don't necessarily have a good game when they start. And Cincinnati's a much better team than Oakland. So uh, we'll see what happens. Blue Jays first 5 money line. I would go full game, Kev, but that's just my opinion. The Jays in the first 5 haven't really been a good team this year, I found. But I see runs from both sides too. Yeah, Crystal, I like the over here. I like the over. Jays better not let me down again. All right. Well, everyone go and take Houston. They are going to win today's game because Nick is on them. Nick is on the Jays. Dog to the fave, Jays first 5, and money line. Boy, boy, boy. What are we going to do with you, Nick? But going back here to the full slate, let me do a refresh here. Even though it's taking its time. There we go. Yep, it is 6-0, top of the first. Wow, for Tampa Bay. Let me get this. Go back here. So the first game that's coming up here in about 17 minutes is Cleveland and Detroit. Detroit, what is going on with the Tigers? On a 5-game winning streak. Are the Tigers good? No, they're not. But Detroit Lenny was trying to fade his Tigers all the time, and now they're on a 5-game winning streak. And I hope he's not going to get his hopes up that they're going to have a good season, because I think it might just be a mirage here. But with that said, Turnbull against Quantrill. Quantrill hasn't looked like himself to start off the year. I'm not taking Cleveland on the road at minus 132, having lost back-to-back games against Detroit yesterday. It would be a lean with the Tigers, but I'm not going to get to it ultimately here. San Francisco and Miami. Cobb against Rogers. Slight pitching advantage with Cobb. The issue here is San Francisco are really good against righties this year, but they are the second worst team against lefties. So if I'm taking the Giants, it's going to be against a righty. They're facing a lefty here. This Miami team is playing pretty good baseball right now. Miami, though, really good against lefties for some reason this year, but not good against righties. So completely different splits than last year. Not getting to the total, not getting to a side, but if I had to pull the trigger, it would be with Miami here. They're just playing better baseball right now, in my opinion. Arizona and St. Louis. The Diamondbacks, one of my dogs that cashed yesterday. Thank you, Diamondbacks. They are now playing St. Louis again. It'll be Bumgarner against Woodford. Bumgarner 0-2 with a 7.90 ERA. Woodford 0-2 with a 5.65 ERA. Arizona 20th against righties. St. Louis number 7 against lefties. St. Louis is a huge dog here. There's zero chance that I'm backing the Cardinals with Woodford on the mound. Got minus 200 favorites. It would be Arizona or nothing. I'm choosing nothing because I don't want to back Bumgarner either. The total's too high, so this game's ultimately just a pass. That's why it's not on my card. Philadelphia and Chicago White Sox. Walker against Clevenger. Clevenger, the pitching advantage for the White Sox. Philadelphia definitely has the hitting advantage. Philadelphia number 3 against righties. The White Sox number 18. But the White Sox are really much better against lefties. They're not good against righties. Um, so ultimately, I'm off this game as well. Uh, but Philadelphia, I think, would be the right side if I had to pull a trigger on the side, but I'm not getting involved. Texas, Kansas City, we went over. Pittsburgh, Colorado, we went over. Mets and the Dodgers here. I'm glad I stayed off the Mets yesterday. I was kind of leaning towards them, but I ultimately stayed off. Scherzer on the mound against Syndergaard in this one. Scherzer 2-1 with a 4.41 ERA. Syndergaard 0-2 with a 5.63 ERA. Dodgers number 4 against righties. The Mets, kind of like the Marlins, are hitting lefties this year, but righties not so good. Number 21 against righties for the Mets. Uh, but I'm not laying minus 122 with the Mets here, but I'm not taking the Dodgers either. That's a game that I'll just watch, but I won't actually watch it. So that's a game I'll just skip and I guess root for the Mets for the Earls. But other than that, nothing. Cubs, Oakland, we went over. Milwaukee and Seattle. Another one of my dogs who were losing when I went to bed. And I believe they were plus 130 something yesterday. But the Brewers came back and won for me. Lauer against Gonzalez here, both lefties. Seattle number 24 against lefties. Milwaukee number 25. The Brewers much better against righties. And ultimately staying off this game. But this Brewers team is hot right now. And if I had to pick a side, I'd probably go with Milwaukee. Atlanta, San Diego. Morton against Martinez here. Haven't pulled the trigger as of this moment, but I'm very, very tempted in Atlanta, and I may definitely add them here. You're just getting a great price for them. Martinez is not a pitcher I want to back for San Diego. The reason why I'm not on Atlanta yet is Morton is not really a pitcher I run to the window to back either for Atlanta, but this Braves team is just rolling right now. You want to look at Acuna props. He's just slamming the ball right now for Atlanta. Baltimore and Washington. When I last checked, Kyle Bradish now for the Orioles. Now I'm really tempted. Washington, first 5. I'm going to write that down. Washington first 5. Plus a half is minus 125. I'll probably go for money line. Washington first 5 money line. Baltimore pitching, especially Bradish, definitely someone that I'm looking to fade. Mackenzie Gore, pitcher I want to back when he's on the mound. And that's exactly what I'll do here. Washington first 5. There wasn't a pitcher announced earlier. That's why it wasn't on my card to start the show. Angels and Seattle. Canning against Brito. Canning with a pitching advantage here, but Brito had a really rough start his last game. The Yankees number 9 against righties. Ultimately staying off here in this one. Minnesota Boston is my premium. There's my exclusive play of the day up on Picks and Parlays, so you can get my 5-pack for the later games, which involves that play. Toronto, Houston, we already talked about. Jump into the chat and go over and see what we got here. Division rivals. Yes. Tigers first 5. I could see it. First 5 under 4 for Giants and Marlins. I could see it. Diamondbacks might sweep the Cards. Possibly. White Sox money line. Mets money line. First time since 2018 that the Dodgers are home underdogs. Wow. All I need for Cards to do is team total over 5.5. Yeah, I could see that being a high scoring game. So it's Bumgarner. So I like that as well. Mariners money line and the under 8. All right. Best of luck. But we'll jump into the best bet segment and we'll take a look at what happened yesterday. Um, Great betting night yesterday, but of course, for best bet, I went with Toronto and Vegas money line, which both did not cash. Nick went with the Jets money line, which won. Crystal went with the Cubs run line, which won. Richie unfortunately lost with Panarin anytime goals, advantage on assist. Kev Cook had the Twins money line and Arizona money line. Fortunately, the Twins lost in that late in the bottom of the ninth. Captain Bry went with Texas money line and the Cubs money line plus 185. Clear Niam went with Arizona Diamondbacks first five money line plus 143. The Diamondbacks, I believe, scored six in the top of the fifth, which was great when you got Diamondbacks first five money line. And IceX, he got it plus 1680 with Tampa Bay minus 1.5 and the Seattle Kraken minus 1.5 plus 1680. I was really thinking about making the Kraken money line my best bet yesterday. I should have did that. Great job, IceX, for cashing a plus 1680 yesterday. And because he cashed a plus 1680, as you could probably guess, IceX has skyrocketed up the standings here. First place, up 15.78 units on the month. Richie in second, up 12.65. Clear and I am in third. Richie, Crystal in fourth. Nick in fifth. Captain Brian sixth. All in the green. The rest of us here in the red. Overall, the show up 27.29 units on the month if you bet a unit on everyone's best bet. Going to today, give me Merrifield and Chapman both to get a hit for the Blue Jays at plus 117 for my best bet. And nobody else has put in their best bet yet. But I will give everyone here a chance if anyone wants to put it in. The time is now, right now. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Nick is going to go with the Phillies. They are hot right now, that's for sure. Phillies money line. Odds for you for that after the show. But that is it. Oh, Kev Cook is going to go with Cubs minus 1.5 and Boston Bruins 1.5. So a mixed parlay for Kev. All right. Richie is going to go with Texas Rangers money line plus Young over half a hit on or RBI plus 456. All right. And that is it. That is the show. Best of luck to everybody today on your bets. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the content, hit the like button. Appreciate all the support. We'll be back tomorrow, normal time, for another episode. Getting wild and flying high. Free NHL and MLB picks. Best of luck to everybody today, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good one, guys.